2017 국제기구-마이스 커리어 페어를 곧 시작할 예정입니다. 참석자께서는 자리에 착석해 주시기 바랍니다. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jinju Kang from the United Nations Division, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I am very glad to serve as your MC today. I would like to welcome all the participants to this career fair. The International Organizations and MICE Career Fair 2017 is hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Incheon Metropolitan City. We hope this career fair could provide valuable information to those who wish to pursue a career in the UN or in other international organizations. For your information, we have also prepared for the recruitment booths and exhibitions as special side events. Many international organizations, NGOs, and MICE organizations are participating in the events. And you can look around the booth and the exhibition outside the hall and in Hall C. In this occasion today, we have here our distinguished guests from the Foreign Ministry, Incheon Metropolitan City, National Assembly, and international organizations in Korea. Please, when your name's being called, stand up so that we can recognize you one by one. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me welcoming them with a warm round of applause. Mr. Jeon Sung-soo, Vice Mayor of Incheon Metropolitan City. Mr. Lee Jang-geun, Director General for the International Organizations Bureau of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Min Kyung-wook, Member of the National Assembly. Mr. Hong Ki-won, Ambassador for International Relations of Incheon Metropolitan City. Mr. Tae Hong-gi, President of Incheon Tourism Organization. Mr. Javier Manzanares, Deputy Executive Director of the Green Climate Fund. Mr. Jung Jae-geun, Head of the UN Project Office on Governance. Ms. Kim Soo-hyun, Head of the UN Children's Fund Seoul Office. Mr. Im Hyung-jun, Head of the World Food Program Seoul Office. Mr. Jung Woo-tak, Director of the UNESCO Asian Pacific Center of Education for International Understanding. Mr. Yorgos Yorgantes, representative of the International Committee of the Red Cross Korea Office. Mr. Nam Sang-min, Deputy Head of the UN Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific. Mr. Nimar Sinha from the Global Green Growth Institute. Thank you for sharing your precious time with us today. Now I would like to welcome our guests who have joined us this afternoon to share their messages. First of all, congratulatory address will be delivered by Mr. Jeon Sung-soo, Vice Mayor of Incheon Metropolitan City. Please welcome Mr. Jeon Sung-soo to the stage with a warm round of applause.
I am delighted to be here with you today. I am Jeon Sung-soo, Vice Mayor for the Administrative Affairs of Incheon Metropolitan City. Our Mayor Yoo Jung-bok is regrettably unable to join this meaningful event due to business trip to US to improve international cooperation and sign investment agreements. I will deliver his welcoming speech in his place. Director General Lee Jang-geun, Ambassador Hong Ki-won, Member of National Assembly Min Kyung-woo, representatives of international organizations and MICE-related officials. I'd like to thank you for gracing this year's event, the third such event, with your presence. I offer my warmest welcome to all the participants who are joining this occasion to share information on international organizations and the MICE field despite cold weather. In Korea, there are over 50 international organizations, and of them, 40 are in Seoul and Incheon. These 15 Incheon-based organizations, including the GCF, World Bank, and UNESCAP, have hired global talents fulfilling their missions actively. It has been a firm basis for the growth and globalization of Korea. Incheon is a hub city connecting to 147 cities within a 3-hour flight. It has abundant MICE infrastructure, such as a convention center, global hotels, shopping malls, and tourism spots. It is the perfect place to host international conferences. Incheon came in 4th place among Korean cities and 30th worldwide for global conferences hosted in 2016, according to the UIA. The city has been recognized as the fastest growing MICE city. Today, we are faced with diverse and complex global issues due to expedited globalization. To solve this, international organizations, countries, cities, and NGOs have to cooperate closely and exchange information more often. Accordingly, the role of international organizations has become much more crucial. And the MICE industry is also prospering thanks to this. Incheon City has so far worked hard to attract MICE events and international organizations to improve city brand and its competitiveness. Now Incheon is taking one step further. People are the key to everything. Our focus is on the people. We are trying to expand our base for you to advance the international organizations and the MICE field by providing you with specialized education and chances for sharing information. This is the first career fair that is jointly organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Incheon City. I believe that this event will deliver you more useful and professional know-how, helping you to become part of the international organizations. I'd like to again appreciate all of you for being here and hope you have useful and precious time at this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, Mr. Lee Jang-geun, Director General for the International Organizations Bureau, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, will deliver opening remarks. Please welcome Mr. Lee Jang-geun with warm round of applause.
Mr. Jung Sung-soo, Vice Mayor of the Incheon Metropolitan City Government, and Congressman Min Kyung-wook, Honorable Member of the National Assembly, and Mr. Javier Menjaras, this Acting Executive Director of GCF, and I see many students in this room. So many, which was not expected that much in the morning, but I'm really surprised to see so many young people here in this room. So, dear list students and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all, and welcome to the first International Organizations and MICE Career Fair. As Vice Mayor Chun Sung-soo just mentioned, it is the first occasion for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Incheon Metropolitan City Government to organize this event in this beautiful city in Songdo. The Foreign Ministry has been organizing similar events in cooperation with local governments to help those people, especially young men and women who have interest in finding their career in the international organizations. However, it is the first time that my ministry is organizing this event together with the Incheon city government, and I'm very glad and happy to become the first organizer of this meaningful occasion. In this regard, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the Incheon city government, especially through Vice Mayor Chun Sung-soo, for this opportunity. I also thank Congressman Min Kyung-wook for being with us here out of his very busy schedule. I remember to discuss with him on today's event earlier this year at his office in the National Assembly. I'm very glad that we have made this plan realized finally. I also would like to thank the representatives and human resources experts from the participating international organizations, especially based in Korea, who will share with us on the recruitment policy of their respective organizations. We have 10 international organizations here. They are GCF, GGGI, UNESCAP, UNPOC, the APCU, World Bank Group, UNICEF, WFP, IOM, and ICRC. Thank you for your precious time. Being here in Songdo and G Tower in this convention for the first time for me personally, I am now realizing that I have made the right and also good choice. Why? It is not just for this fancy, remarkable building and this brilliant rooftop rooftop view and this cozy environment here in this city, but it is rather for the changes Songdo has made over the last few years, especially since the opening of the G Tower in 2013. It is remarkable to see that Songdo has now become a hub of international organizations by hosting more than 10 international institutions and organizations, including GCF and World Bank Group. When it comes to international organizations, we usually think of foreign countries like United States, Switzerland, or Austria, or cities like New York, Geneva, or Vienna. But not many know that there are more than 40 international intergovernmental organizations or their partner institutions located in Korea. So to name a few, UNICEF has an office here in Seoul, and representative is here with us. And WFP, UNHCR, and OHCHR. So there are various international organizations which have their offices in Korea, especially in Songdo as well. So if we include non-governmental international organizations, the number is over 60, which has offices or headquarters in Korea. So therefore, if you are interested in working at the international organizations, you can find such opportunity in Korea as well. It is the very reason why we chose Songdo for today's event and invited representatives from organizations based in Korea. Even though the opportunities might not be as big as in other cities like New York, still there will be window of opportunity here close to you, which can lead you to the path to your goals. Even the opportunity of internship in these organizations or offices will provide you with a stepping stone to the final destination in the organizations. It is all the more true because relevant experiences are one of the core requirements to become a step of international organizations. I am sure that your participation in today's career fair is a good investment in your pursuit of international career. Distinguished students and participants, Foreign Ministry is running various programs to help you to achieve your dream. The organization of this kind of international career fair today is just one of them. JPO program, Junior Professional Officers program, is the core of Foreign Ministry's efforts. Since 1996, around 130 youngsters were sent to various international organizations, including the United Nations headquarters, through this program. After 2 years under this JPO program, at least 8 out of 10 JPOs get their permanent position in the international organizations. Another program the Foreign Ministry is offering is UN Volunteers. This year, we are sending 50 young men and women to various international organizations under this program. Even though finding permanent position is not guaranteed through this program, it will help you to find your chance in international career. Another program I would like to turn your attention is the UN Recruitment Center run by the Foreign Ministry. This center provides many useful information on opportunities in international organizations. You can find information on job vacancies, information on JPO and UNB programs, and other useful tips for a career in international organizations. In fact, the preparation for today's fair from the Foreign Ministry side was mainly done by this center. And this center also publish and update annually this useful guidebook, which gives you, ample information on how to become the international organization staff. I think you might have at least one copy of this book upon your entry into this room. If you do not have yet, then please ask our staff for another copy. So, dear students and participants, I hope you will take advantage of today's career fair to gain a better understanding of the recruitment process and also to network with the experts from the participating international organizations. At the same time, I believe this career fair provides a valuable opportunity to you in gaining information and enhance your understanding on the MICE industry as well, which is closely related to the works of international organizations. Finally, I'd like to close my remark by sharing some words of wisdom by Paulo Coelho, the author of the famous novel Alchemist, 연금술사. Quote, when you want something desperately, the whole universe will conspire to help you realize your desire. 당신이 무언가를 간절히 원할 때 온 우주는 당신의 소망이 이루어지도록 도와줄 겁니다. I wish you all the best with your future career. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, Mr. Javier Manzanares, Deputy Executive Director of the Green Climate Fund, will deliver welcoming remarks. Please welcome Mr. Manzanares with a warm round of applause.
Vice Mayor of Incheon City, Director General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador, colleagues from international organizations, students, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to attend these careers representing the Green Climate Fund, and also I'm privileged to make these opening remarks on behalf of the international organizations that have also the privilege of being based in Korea. I would like first to thank Incheon Metropolitan City and the Foreign Ministry for organizing this event here in Sondo. Sondo is also the home to the Green Climate Fund. So we are particularly pleased to be here today, just a short distance from here. Our headquarters are in the G Tower building at the other end of the Central Park. Today is an opportunity to explore the possibilities of a career with one of the international organizations based in Korea. We hope that it also provides the occasion to deepen the connections between the international organizations and our host country of Korea. Job seekers and potential job seekers here today will have the chance to meet with representatives of the various organizations and to learn more about their work. Working for an international organization offers many advantages, whether you pursue it here in Korea or elsewhere around the world. There are opportunities to develop a successful career in a demanding but rewarding environment where you can be part of a multicultural team working on issues that make a real difference to the future of the planet. For our part, the international organizations here today are keen to work with the highly educated, strongly motivated talent pool that Korea has developed. You will hear more about all the international organizations today during this event, but let me say also a few words about the Green Climate Fund. Over the last 2 weeks, the governments of the world have gathered in Bonn, Germany, for the annual conference to discuss how to respond to the challenges of climate change. One of the key elements of the global agreement reached in Paris in 2015 is to provide climate finance to developing countries so that they can develop sustainable, low emissions economies. There is also a need to help many countries adapt to the damaging impacts that climate change is already driving, whether through droughts, flooding, rising sea levels, or an increase in extreme weather events. The GCF is a new international fund created to support the efforts of developing countries to respond to the challenge of climate change. Set up by the UNFCCC, the UN Convention on Climate Change, the GCF. And what is the GCF? The GCF helps developing countries limit or reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to climate change. As such, it plays a key role in serving the Paris Agreement on climate change that every country in the world has now signed up to. We have received pledges for over $10 billion and are investing in climate projects throughout the developing world. So far, the GCF has approved over $2.6 billion worth of GCF investments in mitigation and adaptation activities. We work with countries around the world, from small Pacific islands to fast-growing African countries, as well as many countries in Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Working for the Green Climate Fund means helping us to build partnerships with more than 140 countries, and also with the organizations implementing our projects, several of which are here today. This requires many kinds of different skills, from technical knowledge on issues like renewable energy, energy efficiency, resilient agriculture, etc., through the project management and administrative competencies needed for an efficient and effective organization. It also means joining a diverse and growing team from around the world. As of today, we have colleagues representing over 40 countries around the world working in Sondo in the G Tower. That includes also many Koreans. We have grown rapidly and will continue to do so. Our staff of around 150 nowadays will grow to up to 250 by the end of 2018. And we need qualified, skilled, and dedicated people to join us. Most of all, working with the GCF means helping us to find the opportunities to build another kind of world, where we can turn the threat of climate change into an opportunity for sustainable development. I hope that you find this career fair to be interesting and even inspiring to you. If you have the passion to work in an international career where you can develop your potential and work for a cause that is important, then you may find a rewarding future with one of the international organizations present here today. We look forward to talking to you all, explaining more about our organizations, and finding out more about you. I wish you all a productive and successful day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, Mr. Min Kyung-wook, member of the National Assembly, will deliver welcoming remarks. Please welcome Mr. Min Kyung-wook with warm applause.
국회의원으로 사는 게 참 어렵습니다. 그런데 송도에서 국회의원 하는 건 더 어려워요. 왜냐하면은 영어도 해야 되기 때문에 그렇습니다. 다른 데서 어디 영어 하겠습니까? 저도 지금 한글로 된 거, 영어로 된 거 두 개가 있는데 다들 영어로 하시는데 저만 한글로 하면 좀 빠져 보이는 것 같아서 영어로 한 말씀 드리겠습니다. Good afternoon. My name is Min Kyung-wook. I am a member of the National Assembly representing Songdo International City of Incheon and the chairperson of the Incheon Metropolitan Council. I am very much delighted to meet all of you. First of all, it is a great honor to congratulate you on the opening of MOFA Incheon City International Organizations and MICE Career Fair 2017. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to Director General Lee Jang-keun of the International Organizations Bureau of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Deputy Mayor Jeon Sung-soo of Incheon Metropolitan City, and CEO Choi Hong-gi of Incheon Tourism Organization, as well as the organizers for taking the time out of their busy schedules and making all the preparations necessary for this event. Every country around the world has established cross-border organizations with an aim at protecting and preserving the world's cultural heritage and universal values. Even at this moment, such organizations are actively participating in unique activities. A country with an ability to attract an international organization can develop a new growth engine that is expected to improve its international image and generate economic growth. Hosting an international organization entails international conferences and other advanced services provided in active collaboration with other countries, based on human and physical resources necessary to handle international relations. The significance of an international organization is considered more important than ever. In response, Songdo International City became the first in Asia to successfully attract an international organization in October 2012, that is the Green Climate Fund, GCF. This contributed to improving our international image as a new powerhouse in protecting the environment. It is true that we lacked systematic approaches to attracting international organizations in the past. Since our achievement of attracting GCF to Songdo, however, Korea has witnessed its reputation improving in the international community. Now, circumstances have improved to attract international organizations. We, however, should not stop here. We need to seek continual economic growth, boost domestic consumption, and help the domestic service sector play a bigger role by stepping up our efforts to attract international organizations. Just as in the cases of Brussels in Belgium and Bonn in Germany, a city must be designated for attracting international organizations in Korea too. Belgium and Germany have designated and supported Brussels and Bonn as cities for attracting international organizations. As a result, these two cities have reported economic benefits, including job creation, the development of relevant industries, while also improving their respective international images. As Korea is under an ever-present threat of war, I believe we must present an image of a peaceful, stable country to the world by actively attracting international organizations. Songdo International City accommodates GCF's headquarters, the world's third largest international finance organization, as well as 9 UN affiliates, the largest number in Korea. The city is also home to the Association of World Election Bodies, the World Bank Group Korea office, and other important international organizations. The city boasts ideal conditions for attracting them, as it is home to a foreigner-friendly residential environment, in addition to International Airport and Incheon Port. We need to designate and develop Songdo as a special city for international organizations while providing diplomatic and financial aid, such as a building dedicated to housing international organizations. To this end, support and cooperation is required from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Incheon City. I ask the Ministry and the City Council for positively review this proposal. Distinguished guests from home and abroad, there are a number of ministries and local government bodies in Korea trying to attract international organizations. A lack of the government's institutional support, however, has led only to sporadic and ineffective competitions. According to plan, I'm going to propose a bill to address such issues and provide institutional support in attracting international organizations. I expect that if this bill passes, we can attract more of them. In fact, I requested Director General Lee Jang-geun of the Foreign Ministry to hold this event in the hopes of answering any questions and meeting any needs you may have regarding working for international organizations and MICE. He kindly accepted my request, and here we are. I hope this event will help you obtain new information and knowledge and decide your future direction. I also ask the government and Incheon City to participate even more actively in attracting international organizations. I will do my part as a National Assembly member representing Songdo by working harder to improve relevant systems and provide financial support. Once again, I would like to sincerely congratulate the MOFA Incheon City International Organizations and MICE Career Fair 2017 and offer my deepest appreciation to all guests for taking time to attend this event out of your busy schedules. I wish you and your family health and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lastly, Mr. Yu Yong-sun, International Organizations Team Leader of Incheon Metropolitan City, will introduce international organizations based in Incheon. Before the presentation, please excuse us for taking some time to prepare the screen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yu Yong-sun, working for International Cooperation Division of Incheon City, and I am in charge of International Organization Team Leader. Today, I am very pleased to introduce you to international organizations in Incheon, and my briefing includes some background why Incheon City hosts international organizations, overview, support to international organizations, IO social outreach, and introduction to each international organization. First, I'll talk about some background why Incheon City hosts international organizations. First of all, it is related to city goal. To be a dynamic city, dynamic international city is one of major goals of Incheon City. And as part of achieving this goal, Incheon City has made a tremendous effort to host international organizations since 2006. And National Assembly, Mr. Min Kyung-wook said just before, Songdo is very competitive to attract international organizations. It takes just 20 minutes from international airport. And also, Songdo has a very pleasant living and business environment, including top-class convention facilities and hotels, abundant green spaces, international schools and global campus, and very nice shopping malls and outlets. And most of all, Songdo has been chosen already by 15 international organizations as their home. In addition, we expect international organization can contribute to vitalizing local economy through creating jobs, boosting MICE industry, and personal consumption of IOS employees. Especially, we expect international organization can boost MICE industry through attracting various international events. Last year, 41 international meetings were hosted by international organizations in Incheon. This is the overview of international organizations in Incheon. There are 15 international organizations in Incheon, including GCF, UNESCAP, and World Bank. And around 234 employees are working for the international organizations. And they deal with such global issues as climate change, disaster prevention, and sustainable development goals. Incheon City provides various support to the international organizations and their employees. First, Incheon City provides office spaces to the international organizations. 12 international organizations are in G Tower, and 3 are in other places. And also, Incheon City provides $7 million of financial support to international organizations each year. And also, Incheon City provides other services such as settlement assistance, cultural experience opportunities, and security services. Next, let me talk about IOS social outreach. Heads of international organizations in Incheon have meeting with the mayor of Incheon early every year and discuss cooperation to build win-win relationship. And also, some international organizations provide job experience opportunity to the university students who are interested in working for international organizations. And also, some international organizations open their offices to the citizens who want to see and learn the international organizations. And some head and staff of international organizations visit middle school, high school, and universities and give special lectures to the students with various topics. Lastly, I'd like to introduce you to each IO in Incheon. Because I have no specific information on each international organization, I'll just tell you its mission and the number of employees. First, the GCF, this is the largest international climate fund helping developing countries respond to climate change. Around 104 employees are working for it. Next, UNESCAP, sub-regional office for East and Northeast Asia. Its mission is to build, strengthen multilateral partnerships and intergovernmental cooperation for inclusive and sustainable development. 19 employees are working for it. World Bank Korea office, its mandate is to provide a wide array of financial products and technical assistance to end poverty and boost prosperity. 22 employees are working for it. And next, UNAPC-ICT, its mission is to build the ICT capacity of member countries through training programs. 15 employees are working for it. Next, UNISDR Office for Asia and Pacific. Its mandate is to serve as the focal point for the coordination of disaster reduction and ensure synergies among the disaster reduction activities. It has 9 employees. Next, UN Central Regional Center for Asia and Pacific. Its mission is to enhance international trade and development through the dissemination of international trade norms and standards. It has 60 employees. Next, AUF, its mission is to contribute to the development of democracy by supporting conduct of free, fair, transparent, and participatory elections around the world. It has 30 employees. UNOSD its mission is to support UN member states in planning and implementing sustainable development strategies. 5 employees are working for it. EAAFP is mandated to save migratory waterbirds and their habitats. It has 5 employees. Next, Yellow Sea Large Marine Ecosystem. Its mission is to foster long-term sustainable institutional policy and financial arrangement for effective ecosystem-based management of the Yellow Sea. It has 4 employees. And lastly, UNPOG its mission is to strengthen the capacities of public administration to implement the sustainable development goals and other internationally agreed goals. It has 13 employees. This is the end of my presentation, and I hope all the international organizations attending here can provide more jobs to the young job seekers in Korea. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your attention. This is the end of the first session, and now we will have a break for 10 minutes. From 2:30, we will have the next session, the International Organizations Career Session and the MICE Career Session. For the next session, we will be separated into 4 groups. Those who attend the session for WFP, UNICEF, UNESCO, APCEIU, you may move to the first floor, room 113. For the UNPOG, UNSCOP, WBG session, you may move to the room 114 on the first floor. For the IOM and ICRC session, you may move to the room 115 on the first floor. And for the GGI and GCF session, please move to room 116 on the first floor. I would also like to once again remind you that there will be recruitment booths and exhibitions outside. Thank you.